Hey there, viewers. It's Charlie. I'm back again with another Transformers review. And today's review is going to be on Legacy United Magmatron. Now, this guy is the commander class for Legacy United, and, well, even when United was first shown off of the artwork, this guy's face was right there, front and center. So, yeah, that led to a lot of hype. And if anything, I kind of like to imagine this guy as the main antagonist of Legacy, or one of the main antagonists. I know Legacy has no story, but come on. The Autobots and Maximals need a big foe to fight, don't they? So, yeah. Now, if we just move these three components aside, because of course we've got the box to look at. And we can see that, yes, this is quite the big box. So here we got a picture of Magmatron just in robot mode, firing at someone. We can actually see there's probably a tusk right there. So that could be Big Convoy, who knows? But we have this little thing, I'm pretty sure that's Navi. No, not the Zelda ones, but just watch Beast Wars Neo. But we can see that this is Beast Wars Universe Magmatron, not Beast Wars Neo Universe. Okay. But we can see that once again, 3 in 1! Not that he's a triple changer, but it's literally 3 in 1. It's 3 beasts that combine into one robot. So it's kind of like the dual cons, but with an extra thing that combines to the robot. So, yeah. So, this side we've got all 3 beast modes, and, well, they do have actual beast names. Of course, I'm not good with dinosaurs, so I'm just going to call them by what they're called in the show. So, we have Landsaurus, Skysaurus, not Pterosaur, and Seasaurus. No, not the Loch Ness Monster. This side, we've got the mural, this time, the exact middle of it, so we can see Magmatron in all his glory, just, I don't know, trying to kill everyone, I guess. The back, we've got him in, well, I want to say both modes, but this is literally like 3 dinosaurs, so... But, well, he does come with blast effects, so... Yeah, that's actually quite cool. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for the box. And I'm not going to throw this off the table because that's going to make a really loud noise. So, in fact, just before I do that, there's something on the top of the box. On the top, we've got a ship, and I'm pretty sure that's the dinosaur, which is Magmatron's ship in the show. So, yeah. And if I was to rank this between like all the other Commander class boxes for a Legacy, I think this is probably the coolest looking one, because he's pretty much fighting Big Convoy. Whereas with Armada Prime, he's just standing there, and, well, Motor Master's in vehicle mode, so I think this is the coolest looking one. So if we just bring out all the components again, so here we have the Landsaurus, which is not a T-Rex, it's another dinosaur, but again, I don't remember the name, so I'm just going to call it Dark Blue Megatron. But yeah, this is the Landsaurus. We have the Seasaurus, which is some sort of aquatic creature with a really long neck. And here we have the Skysaurus, which I'm pretty sure this is not a Pteranodon or a Pterodactyl. This is another kind of flying creature. So, yeah. So, these are not three bots that combine into Magmatron. These three things all combine into Magmatron, so it's like a hive mind kind of thing. It's kind of like how the duocons worked, to be honest. But let's look at each one separately, and let's start off with the Lansaurus, because this is the biggest. And this forms most of Magmatron. Like, this forms his legs, one of the shoulders, and his ass. Like, his whole tail does not transform whatsoever, it just remains on robot mode. So, yeah. But we can see that this is quite a formidable looking, well, dinosaur. I can't even turn it around that well because the tail gets in the way. But, like, this is actually quite cool looking. Looking at the head, I really like these spikes here. But we can see that the mouth also opens. So, yeah. Now, on the original toy, like, the robot mode chest was just right there, but on the new Legacy one, it's actually hidden. So, yeah, that's a really good change. Now, we do have a bit of hollowness there, but that's just because, well, it's got a bit of weapon storage, which will show in the transformation. And we've got the tail, which actually does wag, so there's that. And for the rest of articulation, well, the little hands can move, like they're on ball joints. And for the legs, these are actually quite stiff, but you hear those ratchet joints? Oh my god, that is some really good ratcheting. We've got some ratchets here. Again, listen. Feet can move. And of course, the ankles can pivot, but I don't know what use a freaking dinosaur would use for that, so that's more for robot mode. I guess if we want them sounding more like Grimlock, then there you go, but it's not intended for that, so... I can actually get them standing correctly now. I think I've knocked something out of... I think I got something out of alignment here. There we go. Now, one complaint I do have is you see how long you see how long the tail is. It can kind of weigh him back. So yeah. So you just have to angle it just right so he actually stands. And now, because I'm on camera, he's not going to stand up. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the Lansaurus. So let's move on to the Seasaurus. And this is some kind of aquatic creature. Basically the Loch Ness Monster. Yeah, can you tell where I... Yeah, I don't know the actual scientific name for this creature, but, well... some sort of aquatic creature with a really long neck. But we can see that this neck does have quite a few joints, like... there's a mushroom joint here. There's a big ball joint here. And it carries on like 1, 2, 3, 4 times. And on the original toy, this is all ball joints. So you can, and or just a new figure, you can pose this however you want. If you want it just going straight forward, if you want it pose like this, like Yeah, you can just post however you want. These flippers are on ball joints though. And these can actually move back and forth. So there's that. So can these back flippers. Aside from that, he doesn't really do anything. Except that. Hours of entertainment. I mean, yeah, he does have a lot of panel lines, but that's just due to the complicated transformation to the robot mode, and even another mode which I do want to show, but I think I might have to consult the instructions for that. And finally, Skysaurus. Now, I desperately want to call this a Pteranodon or a Pterodactyl, but I'm pretty sure this is not that. So, yeah, this is not Pterosaur. But while looking at this, I mean, it's definitely quite intimidating looking, especially with that head. Of course, the mouth can open, which I forgot to mention on the Seasaurus. The mouth can open on that as well. But of course, like, the head can look up and down as well, and can rotate. But for the wings, of course, the wings can spread out as well. But these can also swivel. And, well, for the legs, if you want to have them standing, well, you can do that too, if he doesn't fall backwards. But we can have it standing. So, yeah. And if we just briefly talk about these, he did come with some blast effects. And I probably don't have all of them because they probably got them lost in my blast effect drawer. Yeah, I think I'm missing like 2, but he's supposed to come with 3 of these according to the box, but well, yeah, you get the idea. He comes with a few blast effects, which, as you can see, I'm pretty loaded with blast effects now, so it's always nice to have some more blast effects. But if we just get the entire team together, if I can actually get them standing. Oh, so there we go. And we'll just have Skysaurus back in flying mode. There we go. And yeah, these really look quite good together. I mean, if I just showed these to a random casual who didn't know who Magmatron was, they probably think that these guys have individual robot modes, which, honestly, that would be cool to see. Kind of like what they did with Battletrap and Power of the Primes, but... Well, of course, these guys do not have individual robot modes. They had the beast modes and then the full-on combined robot mode for a Magmatron. But they do have another mode, which I've only done once, and as such, I'm going to have to re-jog my memory by reading the instructions for this, so if you'll just bear with me. So, to start off with this beast combined mode, what we're going to do is, well, prep them. So, to get a Lancesaurus ready, we're just going to lift up that, and, well, he's now ready. And for Skysaurus, we're just going to... we'll just turn him around. Might as well just take these off so we can look at the accessories robot mode. We'll just take these swords off. Just going to spin these around. Split out the legs. Like so. And I just have them looking like, yeah, let's not make any jokes about that. But yeah, we can see that the back here does have some tabs that plugs into the C source here. But the C source has the most amount of transformation. So what we do is we just straighten this whole neck section out. Just lift this up. Just undo the back like so, and we actually split it. Like, I am not joking, we actually have to split this. So, yeah. Now, the original figure also did this, but I think for the combined mode on the original figure, you didn't have to. Like, the splitting is also for this to become a shield in robot mode. Now, what we do with this is just move that to the back. Just spin these flippers around. Fold these down, and then just fold that clip and peg section up. And now this is ready. And now we got the majority of the transformation for the combined beast mode. So we just get these out the way. Just lift this up and out the way as well. We take the arms, untab them, and just splay them out. And we want it so, well, if we just open these actually become like little back legs. So it's something like this, if I've done this correctly, which I probably haven't. Well, I probably got that backwards, so if I can just quickly spin this around. So now we pretty much have, well, this. So now we just want to, I just pinched my finger, but we just want to lift this up. Flip these out so we can try and get this tabbed into here, which again, quite tricky to do. So we can just try and get that tabbed in. There we go. So now we've got this back section, and that's pretty much this all done. Now bring in the Lancesaurus again. There's actually some little things that flip out. And it's just for this mode. Like, I'm not joking. They're literally just for this combined beast mode. But if we can just get this attached onto here. And again, this is really tricky to do, so I'm going to have to do this off camera. Well, after a lot of finagling, I've managed to do it. So there's a few clips that the tail goes into, and then you secure it by taking these little things and just plugging them into the tail here. So now we have this. And now we just take this. And now we just have to try and get this tabbed in, which, again, this might be easier said than done, but it's worth a shot. So if I can just try and get this in. not hit the camera. Okay, there we go. So we just tap the head in, so it's like some kind of weird tail. And that's it, mostly done. Then, well, we take the Skysaurus. See this little tab here that's meant to go somewhere in here. And again, I'm pretty sure I'm going to struggle with this. That just goes in here. Again, I'm going to have to do this off camera. And, well, here we are. Now, this is what the instructions call the Magmasaurus. And, okay. I mean, it's literally just the Lansaurus. It's literally just Seasaurus and Lansaurus doing that weird fucked up human centipede experiments. With Skysaurus just hanging out there. Now, yes, this is not a fan mode. This is in the instructions. Hence why I had to pause multiple times to actually look at the... Like, I had to pause multiple times to look at the instructions, because this guy is kind of fiddly. But, yeah. Let's just move on to the actual robot mode. So, getting them back into the individual beast modes, let's move on to the full-on transformation. So, to start off, let's do the Lansaurus first. So to start off, I'm just going to take the tail. Well, I'm going to take the sword from his tail. And then I'm going to do another bit of parts for him because, well, just have to take this whole section off. So we got pretty much his the crotch and the chest come off. So yeah. But now we're pretty much left with this. So, but to start off, I'm just going to straighten up the legs. Come into here. Flip out the heels. So I've got the heels out. Flip these claws up. Just come around here. Open up the dinosaur arms. And you just move down. Take the dinosaur throat and then just lift that up. Take the entire dinosaur arm, just rotate that 90 degrees. Like so. Then with the chest. Well, that just moves up like so. fact, I'm pretty sure I have to like split it open first. And then that goes into place. Then that just, and then that just tabs in. And well, here we have one bit's already done. Next up is the Seasaurus. And of course, as shown with the Magmatron mode, we just have to split this in half. So, just straighten out the neck. Just lift that up. Lift this up and move that down. And we just split this. Like so. So with this bottom half, this just spins around like to the back. Just straighten out the flippers. Flip up this bit again. And just pushing these bits. And this becomes a shield. Whereas with this, well, what we do now, just get these out. Just get the arms unfurled. Just get the arms down. Again, on really good ratchet joints. Rotate this forearm around. Rotate the wrist. And I'm pretty sure I just have to maybe spin this around. Yeah, there we go. Because then this becomes part of the left shoulder. It's just all this has to tab in somewhere. But like you get the gist, like this tabs into here. I mean, I'm pretty sure I need to move that out of the way, but you get the idea. Okay, there we go. Turns out I did have it in the wrong place. So yeah, just have it spun around like this. The bit where the neck is at the bottom. So yeah. And finally with Skysaurus, we're just going to straighten the legs out. Move this down and that shows off his head. Then just move this up. Then just move the I was gonna say bird legs, but well, it's not a bird, but move the beast legs down like so, and that's pretty much the head done. Now we are ready for combination, but of course this is going to be quite a big figure, so if we can just raise the camera. Okay, so bring in the torso section first, then bring in the arms. So we can see that these are just meant to tab in. Like there's some tabs here that this is meant to go into, so we can just untab the beast head here. So this just tabs in, like so. Oh, I can actually get this to tab in. Okay, there we go. Got one in. So we can just get the other one in. So we got this, and then we can just plug in the Seasaurus beast head. We're gonna actually do that because this neck is quite long. So, trying to get this tabbed in can be a bit fiddly, but well, and you have to do this in quite a specific way. But well, for the Skysaurus or the head, well, just have to try and get this tabbed in now. So if I can just do that. And here we have Magmatron in robot mode. And well, that's kind of a fiddly transformation if you don't know what you're doing, because well, of course I had to look at the instructions because I mean it's 3 beasts that come together to form one robot. So yeah, it can be easy to forget where things go at times. Like I literally forgot the orientation of how the neck goes for this. But once you finally do it, the resulting robot mode looks amazing. I mean, come on, this is straight up how Magmatron looks. So, having a 360 of him, well, we can see that storing him on a shelf is going to be quite tricky because, well, he's got a lot of stuff sticking out. He's got a tail, he's got, I guess, a backpack, so, yeah. So, try to be careful not to knock him over. And looking at the head, that is an intimidating head sculpt. I mean, just look at that. So, yeah. Plus, it matches how he looks in the Legacy United mural perfectly. So, yeah. So that further adds to my headcanon that this guy is the main antagonist of Legacy United. Like, this... We have this guy, Menasor, and the Nemesis. So, yeah. Now, for accessories, of course, I take a lot of accessories off while transforming this guy. 2 of them are these swords that came off of the Skysaurus's wings. So we can just have him hold these if you want. I mean, okay. They look kind of small on him, but why not? Yeah, I'm sure the original toy had these, but honestly, I don't see any use for these swords. So, yeah, I'm not going to use these swords. These are going to end up on the wings at all times. So just getting these plugged back in. Next up is the shield, which is, of course, the bottom half of the Seasaurus. Now, this plugs into the arm. However, you have to actually rotate the arm around for this. which means he has to have a gorilla arm, but oh well. But this can just plug on, but of course, seeing how I'm at arm's length for this, I'm going to have to do this off camera. Otherwise, I'm going to knock my camera. There we go. So, we can give him a shield. And that does look really cool, but I kind of wish that he could sort of like hold it instead of having it plug into his, well, not instead, like as an option at least, because sure, this does replicate the toy, but that means he has to have a gorilla arm, just like the original toy. So, yeah. And finally, we have this bit of the Lansaurus. So if we just get this transformed, so this just goes through, these fold in, this goes down, then all this just folds up, like so. Actually get this in. So now we have this. And just before I give it to Magmatron, can you see that? That's a spark crystal. Just like the original toy. I mean, that is actually a really amazing detail that they did. So, yeah. And if we just take the sword... Ah, crap. Yeah, these joints can be a bit... Yeah, these do move quite a bit, but... If we just take this and plug this into his hand... Oh, should rotate the sword around. So, yeah. Now that looks amazing. Honestly, I feel that this is well worth the hype, although I still do have to show off the articulation, and of course, with this being one of the bigger figures, I'm just going to have to show off like from the top half, and of course the lower half is the Lansaurus's a leg articulation, but for the top, the head can move, although just be wary that the wings for the Skysaurus are attached to it, so just be wary of that. The arms can move because they're on ratchets. Got elbows, bicep rotation. Consider T-pose, although just be wary of like stuff in the shoulders getting in the way. You can actually curl his fist, which is pretty cool. And they can swivel. I can't really show it, but the hands actually do open and close. Is there waist articulation? Yeah, there's a bit of waist articulation. And from the waist down, it's the same leg articulation that the Lansaurus had. And in fact, there's a bit of transformation that I missed. Because you're supposed to flip these out. And then these clip into here. So, yeah. That's just typical for me at this point, forgetting a transformation step. Now, this doesn't really add it. This doesn't add anything, but it does replicate a bit of the original toy transformation, where like the whole thing like flips around and forms like boots. So, yeah. And as I was saying, I can't really show the leg articulation just because, you know, it's quite big. And I'm never gonna... well, my arms are definitely going to ache lifting this guy up, but it's the same leg articulation that the Lansaurus has. So, yeah. Now, thoughts on this guy? Honestly, I love how this guy looks on a shelf. Like, just... having him on a shelf, like, this guy's quite big, like same size as Minotaur fully completed, same size as Armada Optimus. Like he's one of those commander classes. Like, for example, if I can actually find him, here he is with an old leader figure. So here he is with Starscream. This guy's the same size as an old leader class figure from back in the day. So, yeah. That's how big he is. I mean, yeah, you could say that commander classes, oh, their excuse of still doing a leader class by making it smaller, but, well, like, we still have that size. But, honestly, I quite like commander class figures. Sure, I missed out on Jetfire and Skylinks, but, hey, they are reissuing Jetfire. Twice, apparently, because apparently next year we're getting him with the Void Rivals characters. So, I do have a chance of getting him. And that rumored Optimus Prime for SS86, I am quite excited to see what that's going to... Well, I'm really excited for that. So, yeah. I really like Commander Class. Now, is this one of the best Commander figures? Honestly, I actually prefer Armada Optimus. Like, like, Armada Prime is more fun to transform, in my opinion. He's a bit more straightforward. Whereas with this guy, I constantly had to refer to the instructions to find out how to transform him. And of course, I forgot where things went, hence why I had to pause multiple times. So, if anything, this experience was probably not fun to watch. And in that case, I do apologize. But still, I do really like this guy. It's just, I probably rank him second in my favorite. I probably like rank him maybe second or third in my favorite commander class figures. Just Armada Prime is definitely first, but well, do I recommend him? I mean, come on, absolutely. This is a really cool figure. I mean, sure, I do have my complaints, like the fiddly transformation, the weird Magmasaurus mode, which is a bit weird looking. But come on, this guy has a shelf presence. And remember, this is a Japanese exclusive character. Now as a commander class figure. That is amazing. So, yeah, I definitely do recommend this guy. Especially if you're a fan of Beast Wars or the Japanese Beast Wars sequels. So, yeah. This has been my review on Legacy United Magmatron. And this is Charlie Young, signing off.